single day I'm gonna make something great. That's my way. Every single day I'm gonna make.
Hey, what's up everyone? This is your girl Brandi Shanae, and today I'm going to be doing my Q&A because I hit, well, now I'm over 200 subscribers now, and I'm doing the giveaway winner announcement as well. So for my Q&A, I have the first question, and it's from the Salty One. They asked me, how do you get out of a reading slump? Usually for me, if I am in a reading slump, I usually will put the book down and I'll go to a next book. And then once I have read that book, I'll probably revisit it. And if I really it depends on the book pretty much, but if I really don't like the book, I'm going to DNF it. But I haven't DNF'd a book before, except for the Nevernight, which I'm probably going to get another try, so I'm probably going to see. But usually I'll like really just step aside, put that book aside, or just in a reading slump in general. What I'll do is I pretty much will watch a TV series that I like Riverdale, or Greenleaf, or multiple TV series like Iron Fist, anything with Marvel or anything like that, and then I'll come back to it, and that's pretty much how I revisit it. And also I'll probably see like a book to movie adaptation, like recently on Netflix they have the Guernsey Literary Potato Peel Pie Society, and then that made me want to read again. So yeah, something like that. So that really gets me out of a reading slump. And then I also have a question from Ingrid in Neverland, and she asked, what fictional world would you like to live in? A lot of people would say Harry Potter and stuff like that, but recently I have been, I'm about to finish up reading Strange Dreamers so I can read Muse of Nightmares, and I really like the city Weep. I don't like the fact of everything that's happened with the city, but I liked how it's mythical and it has goddesses and gods involved in it, which I think is really cool, and different creatures and stuff like that. So I definitely will say the city Weep for now, but it would be, if I didn't read the book, it probably would be Harry Potter. But yeah, that's probably where I would live in, the city of Weep. And then it says, she asked me, what book topic or what book taught you a valuable lesson? I'm not sure if, I would say the recent book that I really love, and I can't wait to watch the movie when it comes out. I know it'll be coming out on the 5th or so, but only in major cities, but that would be The Hate U Give. And the lesson that I learned from You Have a Voice, you should speak. And regardless of what has happened to you, especially when these issues that have been coming up lately about molestation and rape and women, being abused by men and so forth. And I really acknowledge, and I'm happy that women have stepped up and spoke and used their voice to say what happened to them. And so with The Hate U Give, I feel like that was a lesson I learned. No matter what, I should not be quiet. I should not let no one silence me because I do have a voice. So that book is definitely something that was a valuable lesson that I got from that specific book. And then the third question she asked me was, which villain would you like to know the backstory to? Maybe, I'm not sure. I love villains. Maybe Cruella de Vil. I want to know her backstory so bad. I don't think they have a book about her yet, about Cruella de Vil. And I think that would be the person that I want to know more about the backstory of, and why she's been so obsessed with animal skins and stuff, like, and fur coats and all that stuff. So yeah, definitely Cruella de Vil. And then I have from Leslie Cardix. She asked me, have you ever been in a reading slump? No, I have not. But if I was in a reading slump, I pretty much said in my first question of how to get out of it. And she also said, if so, how long did it last? I haven't been in a reading slump, so I'm not sure. But if I did get in a reading slump, I would make it just last for a week, not longer than that, because I love reading, so definitely not longer than a week. Maybe just a week, but that'll be it. But yeah. And then she asked me, what book / series got you out of it? Well, I guess I could say I have been in a reading slump, but it was years ago, and I will say that the series that got me out of the reading slump was definitely Twilight, because I got the reading slump. That was the last reading slump I've ever been in, was when I was during high school. And when Twilight Saga came out, that's definitely something that got me reading again, especially with Edward and Bella and Jacob. So I would say that series, the Twilight series, is definitely the series that got me out of the slump back then, which was like, man, like maybe 8 years ago. It's been a while. But yeah, and then from Fiction and Flannels, she asked me, what is your favorite children's book and why? For me, I would say Winnie the Pooh was my favorite children's book because of the fact that Christopher Robin knew how to use, pretty much imagine a world with creatures, loving creatures that cared about you and loved to be around you. And I just like the fact that he was able to pretty much create a world and imagine a world like that, and I just loved it so much. Which that is why it's my favorite children's book, just because of the fact that you, in your head, when you're alone, you can always create something and create your own world in your mind and just pretty much act out the scenes and who would be with you in that world. So yes, I would say Winnie the Pooh was definitely my favorite children's book. And then I have from the Happy Booktuber, they asked me, who was your favorite character in the book? And if you were the main character, what would the new title be? Okay, so when it comes to the Gentleman's Guide to, oh God, I lost my train of thought. When it comes to the Gentleman's Guide to Vice and Virtue, Lord, I forgot the title for a second. I had like a brain fart. But my favorite character, I would say Felicity, of course, and of course, my favorite character in the book, and that was just Felicity. And then she asked me if you were the main character, what would the new title be? And I would definitely say Brandy's Guide to, it's probably corny, Family and Friends, because I'm all about my friends and family. I like having a close knit with my friends and also with my family. So Brandy's Guide to Friends and Family, because there's a lot of people who don't have friends or has a struggle being with their family, or they think that that family is something that's from blood, which they really don't have to be related to you. Your family is anyone that's in your life. And I think that would be a fun book. That would be the title. And I think it would be fun because with that book, I pretty much transitioned from my past of how many friends came into my life and then just went out, especially with family as well. So I think, yeah, Brandy's Guide to Friends and Family, or Family and Friends. So yeah, that would be the title.
My kid needs to go to the bathroom.
But yeah, that would definitely be the title for the book. That was a good question, by the way. I really enjoyed that one. And then I have a question from Jennifer P. She asked me, what is your favorite type of book? I like fantasy. I do like mystery, but I'm a sucker for romance. I'm a romantic, of course. But yeah, definitely romance, mystery, and fantasy, YA. But there are some adult fiction that I love, so yeah. And then from Beautifully Bookish Bethany, she asked me, what book or books got you into reading? And my first book that I have ever read was by Sharon Draper, Copper Sun. Back at that time, I really hated reading, and I went to a book event, and she was there talking about her books, her background, what she wanted to do as far as her books and what message she came across. And so Copper Sun, I read that for the very first time, and I enjoyed it. Pretty much it dealt with slavery, but it was, of course, like a young adult book, or middle grade, you could say, but I think it should be a YA pretty much. And I'm definitely into history, which is why I have a history degree. And Copper Sun pretty much deals with a girl, I believe her name was Amari. Don't quote me, I haven't read the book in years. I need to go ahead and reread it. But she pretty much gets enslaved along with her brother, and they're taken to the New World. And she struggles being a slave, and eventually she finds out she's pregnant because of rape and stuff that had happened to her. But she also escapes the plantation she escapes slavery pretty much and heads north. And that's when she starts raising her I think it was her daughter or her son, I forget, I really need to reread it. But Copper Sun is definitely the book that definitely got me into reading. from there on. But thank you. That was a really good question. I really had to think really hard about it. And then the question came from Lauren, and she asked me, what type of video are you interested in making or more of? Or let me just rephrase that. She asked me, what type of video are you interested in making more of, or one that you haven't made yet? I'm really interested in making a video with the educator, and I wanted to ask them a few questions on how they approach pretty much genres, or what types of books they read, and also ask them about the curriculum, or do they have any freedom of what books they read, knowing the fact that when I was in high school we read a lot of classics, but there were no books that were from an author of color. There was no diversity, and I'm just really interested in finding out exactly, for that matter, is diversity welcome. But I just wanted to pretty much, figure out, especially when it comes to diversity, if diversity is welcomed into high school, because I feel like some high schools are very limited. I know in Texas they banned The Hate U Give book by Angie Thomas due to the fact they felt like she was anti-police, but that was not the case. She was just the book is anti-police brutality, not anti-police. And I feel like people should get a chance to be able to explore other books besides classics or anything else. But that was definitely a video that I was interested in doing, but I haven't got that yet. I'm still trying to think of other questions to ask them as well that wouldn't make that educator in trouble to their school or whatever. So yeah, I gotta figure that out. But thank you for asking, Lauren. That was a great question. The next question is from Kenyatta. She asked me, have you ever had a bad or slow reading month? No, I always try to keep a schedule, but I don't stress myself out to finish a book before the end of the month. So I really don't have a bad or a slow reading month. Everything's pretty good. As long as I can get 4 or 5 books in a month, that's really pretty good for me. Or 3. As long as I read at least 3 or 4 or 5 books a month, that's really an accomplishment for me, especially since I'm a mother of 2 and I also have a full-time job. So, but yeah, thank you for that question. And then last but not least, this last question is by Shahir Alani Official. They asked, who's your book boyfriend? Okay. My first book boyfriend was Edward from Twilight. Then my next boyfriend was Elias by And Ember in the Ashes. Now my book boyfriend is Peter Kavinsky from To All the Boys I Loved Before by Jenny Han. So yeah, I'm in love with Peter Kavinsky. He's so fine. But yeah, that's my book boyfriend, my newest one. I have many, but that's my latest one so far. But maybe I'll change that because I'm also in love with Laszlo from the Strange the Dreamer as well, because I like him. But it's a tie, I'd say. But I feel like Laszlo is definitely more romantic. But I don't know. It's a tie. But yes, but thank you for these amazing questions, you guys. And now I'm going to get into the giveaway. Okay, so as you know, this is the book that I'll be giving away. It's the paperback edition of The Gentleman's Guide to Vice and Virtue, which it has bonus content inside of Monty's Guide to London, which is not in the hardcover edition. And this giveaway, once again, is for people that have been supporting me and who have put in their entries in, which is right in here, that I'll be picking from this right here, so you'll see me. I also put in the extra entries as well. So yeah, but this is the book that the winner will be getting. So let's just go ahead and get into it. So. All right. All right, so I got it out here. Okay, the winner is Kenyatta Nails. She won the giveaway, you guys. Thank you so much, Kenyatta, and congratulations, by the way, for getting this book. I hope you love this book because the second book just came out for The Lady's Guide to Petticoats and Piracy by the same author. So, and that is going to be following Felicity, which is Monty's sister. So I hope you really enjoyed this book. Please contact me from my email in my description, and also send me your address and all your information. But congratulations once again. But thank you guys so much for entering and supporting my channel. It has been a wonderful journey. I'm definitely going to keep doing booktube because I love this community and I really enjoy all of you. But thank you so much, you guys. See ya!